Morning sequence. Strap, floor. You can have a mat and a blanket if you want, not necessary. Strap. You can also use a dog leash or a necktie or the belt of your bathrobe. Let's get to it. Begin lying on your back. Knees bent, feet to the floor. Arms out at your sides with a soft bend to your elbows. Find your breath. Observe the movement of your breath in your body. Allow your breath to wander, meander. Allow your breath to be your anchor. With every exhalation, dropping you further into the present moment. Right here, right now. Keeping this appointment with your body, with your mind, with your soul. To begin your day from a place of calmness, a place of nourishment, and a place of presence. Begin moving your spine with your breath as you breathe in, gently arching your lower back away from the floor. It's not a big movement. And as you breathe out, rounding your lower back into the floor. Inhaling to softly arch, keeping your tush down the whole time. And exhaling to round. Pressing the lower back, the lumbar vertebrae into the floor. Breathing in. Maybe the chin drops towards the manubrium. Don't force. Breathing out. Maybe the chin tilts up towards the ceiling. Again, without force. Just noticing if the rhythm of your breath will initiate rhythm to movement, articulating up the entire length of your spine. Step your feet wide on your mat, maybe even just off your sticky mat out to the sides. Inhaling, drop your knees to the left. Exhale, bring your knees back up to center. Find the four corners of your feet at the top of the exhalation, and then breathing in, drop your knees to the right. Keep your left shoulder heavy. And breathing out, come back up. Resting briefly on the four corners of your feet. Before you begin again, inhaling, taking the knees to the left and arching through your right lower back. Exhaling, coming back up. Inhaling, taking your knees to the right, supporting the extension of the spine as your left half of your pelvis lifts, and exhale. Passive recoil back to center. A couple more times on your own. Maybe a gentle turn of the head from side to side. When your knees fall to the left, stay there. Reach your right arm on the diagonal away from your trunk. Stretch wide through the webbing of your right fingers, opening your palm. And coming back to center. Taking your knees over to the right and reaching long through your left arm. Opening your palm, stretching the skin of your palm, stretching the webbing between your fingers. And slowly come back up. Heel toe your feet back onto the sticky mat, about sitting bone distance apart, and take your arms straight up to the ceiling. Pressing into your right foot, take your right knee forward slightly as you reach your right arm up beyond your left arm. Allow your head to drop back if it's comfortable for your neck, and come back down. And breathing in, press into your left foot, reach through your left arm, lifting your left shoulder up off the floor, and exhaling, coming back down. We'll go from side to side, gently pitching your right knee forward as you reach up through your right arm, and coming back down. And softly, subtly pitching your left knee forward as you reach up through your left arm, and coming back down. 2 more times from side to side. Rocking gently on the back of your head. When your right arm goes up, stay put for a few breaths. This is a shortening through the right waist, a shortening through the right side of your neck. And of course, a corresponding lengthening to the opposite side. And come back down, and breathing in, you'll take your left arm up. Allow your head to rock back only to the degree that it's comfortable. Shortening through the left waist, the left side of the neck. And return to neutral. Cross your forearms in front of your chest, opposite hands to opposite elbows. This is the inhale. The exhalation, glide your arms to the right and take your knees to the left. Use an inhalation to sweep your arms and knees back up to center, once again finding the 4 corners of your feet at the top of the breath, and then exhaling, gliding your arms to the left and your knees dropping to the right. And rise up, breathing in. Arms right, knees left, breathing out. Inhaling back up. Arms left, knees right. And breathing in, come back up. Change the cross of your forearms, and arms right, knees left, breathing out. Inhale to center. And exhale. One more time on each side. And bring your arms to the floor in a cactus shape. We're going to return to the supine cat-cow that we started the sequence with, breathing in and arching our lower backs away from the floor. And this time as you exhale and round your lower back, I want you to pivot on your elbows and bring your forearms towards the floor. Inhale, arch your lower back as you pivot on your elbows, and once more return to cactus with your arms. And exhaling, rounding, gently pressing your lumbar vertebrae into the floor as you pivot on the elbows and take your forearms and palms down. 3 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale, rounding your shoulders up away from the floor as you drop your head back. Inhaling, planting your scapula back into the floor, drawing the shoulder blades down, arching your lower back. And find your way to neutral. So that completes the somatic sequence. You can step off your mat and hit the road, or stick around for some hip openers. You'll need your strap. Draw your right knee into your chest. Roll your right foot around a couple of times in one direction and then the other direction. And then just give your knee a squeeze, flexing deep in the right hip joint. I like my strap to be in a loop with a cinched buckle. Take the strap around the ball of your right foot, send your right heel to the ceiling. I encourage you to keep your left knee bent for starters. We're not going for toes to the head or toes to the floor. We're just finding the vertical line. No need to swing for the fences. Just gently waking up, opening up the hamstring group, the hips. Spread your toes and press through your heel. And keep your strap in your right hand. We're going to sweep the right leg out to the right. Again, not going for any great aesthetics, but more interested in how this feels in the hips. Keeping the left foot anchored and the left half of the pelvis anchored. Draw your right leg back up through center, change hands with your strap, and at the same time, take your left leg down onto the floor. And now we'll complete the twist by taking the right leg across the body to the left. Drop your right shoulder into your mat, be heavy through your right arm. And consider shearing your outer right hip away from your ribs. So there's a bit of a lengthening through your right waist and a corresponding shortening through your left. Sweep your right leg back up. Take the strap into your right hand once more. Again, just finding the vertical line. Left leg is heavy. Bend your right knee back into your chest. Give it a little squeeze. A little hug. Set your right foot to the floor. Bring your left knee into your chest and make some circles with your left foot. A couple times in one direction and a couple times in the other direction. And then a nice squeeze. Deep flexion in the hip joint. How does this leg differ from the right leg? The body does not lie. Take your strap, loop it around the ball of your left foot. Send your left heel to the ceiling. Oh, one side is vastly different than the other side. For me, again, we're not trying to swing the leg too far up and over. We're merely trying to reach this vertical line, this perpendicular line, keeping the pelvis anchored, and even as important, if not more, keeping your shoulders down. If I'm reaching up like so, then I'm straining neck, shoulder region. No sense in inviting strain into one area of the body as I'm releasing strain in another area of the body. So make your loop as big as need be so that your shoulders can rest fully and completely on the floor. Take your left leg out to the left. We're not trying to hit the floor. We're just going maybe 2/3 of the way, maybe halfway, 2/3 of the way to the floor. Keeping the right hip anchored and the right foot anchored. And of course, keeping the left foot flexed. I like to take the tail of the strap in my opposite hand, and I use that as a little traction. Takes a little heat off of my left hand as well. Excellent. Bring your left leg back up to vertical. Please change hands with your strap. And at the same time, slide your right leg down onto the floor. And then we'll complete the twist, taking the left leg, oh, my Lanta, oh, sweet mother, all the way across. Oh, sweet mother. Left shoulder stays heavy, please. Left shoulder stays glued to the mat. And then shear your outer left hip away from your left low ribs. So you're lengthening your left waist and shortening your right waist. Bring your left leg back up slowly, gently. Oh. Change hands one more time. Once more, just seeking out that vertical line, the perpendicular leg. Keeping your right leg heavy, right femur bone dropping, pelvis dropping, shoulders dropping. Bring your left knee back into your chest, please. Release your strap. Squeeze, squeeze left leg, and then arms up and over. Stretch your legs onto the floor. Oh, a little hippy, shaky from side to side. Bend your knees, roll onto your belly, supine, prone now. On the belly, going from supine to prone. Resting your forehead on your hands and tucking your toes and pushing back through your heels. Firing up your legs, pushing back through your heels. And relaxing your feet. And walk your forearms towards your chest until your elbows are underneath your shoulders. And then here we go, a low cobra, pointing your toes straight back, beaming your sternum your manubrium, your heart forward between your arms. And slowly come down onto your forehead. Tuck toes one more time. Forehead is either on the floor or stack your hands and rest your forehead on your hands. Tuck toes, fire up your feet, push your heels away from your pelvis. Lift your knees up off the mat. And relax. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Press yourself up into hands and knees, gliding back through balasana, child's pose. Settling your hips somewhere near your heels. Extending your arms long. Rolling yourself up. Great. Now we meditate. Thank you.